Hi folks, and welcome back to the channel. And today I wanted to talk about, just a little kind of weird topic from my life, a little weird story, and it's about the time that I worked for NASA. I can already see you rolling your eyes. Actually, I can't. I've not got my glasses on, and I've got absolutely terrible eyesight, so don't worry about it. But anyway, so the story begins as I was at university, and in the first year, I done a module called scientific investigation. Last 3 weeks of that, we done a little kind of case study on rocket fuels. I'm a big aviation and space geek, so I think everyone kind of noticed that. We had a support worker that worked with one of the people that was on our team to basically help them through their studies, and we got on really well with her. And at the end, she sent me this thing basically saying, "Oh, NASA are coming to Paisley. They're going to be doing this project thing, Lee. I think you'd be really interested in it, and people can sign up to do it. So I think you should do that, Lee." Um, and I had a wee look. It was a project called Mission Discovery Renfrewshire, and it was led by a team called ISET, or a group called ISET, and their mission is basically just, I'll put a link down in the description below, but basically their whole mission is just to teach kids about space science and space and just, STEM topics basically. Um, so I went to applied for this thing, got accepted, went to it, and we're all put into teams. And the goal of each of the teams was to come up with an experiment that could take place on the International Space Station. The event took place over 5 days, and we're given a bunch of like side tasks to do as well. So there were other awards up for grabs as well. But the idea was the team that won would actually get their experiment made, sent to space, sent to the International Space Station, and the experiment would be done there. They'd get the results, and it would be a really cool thing to do, let's be honest. So I get put into a team, and we didn't do very well that year, but it was an amazing event to be there. We had Sarah Murray, who is, I'm sure, is the like basically like the assistant chief engineer of like robotics and spacesuits and spacecraft at NASA. And we had Steve Bone there, who he flew the space shuttle like I think 3 times. So and he had a history as well as like submarines in the U.S. Navy. So really interesting person to talk to, and there was a load of other people there as well, and it was just a really cool event. And I think the thing that really struck me about that event was like, when you give young people like a project, something like this, the amount of creativity and how smart they are, like, it could put a lot of university students to shame, like some of the ideas they come up with. And when you just give them something like fun and inspiring to do you know what I mean? Like it was great. But that wasn't the time that I actually worked there. Like that comes next year. So when the next year, so that would have been 2015 at the time that I done the first one. So it would have been 2016 that I done the next one. And so that one was a little bit more low key. So the first one took place in the town hall in Paisley. So it was this really cool big old building, and that kind of added to how like amazing it was, because it just felt like the whole week you'd free rein to this big building, and everybody's come up with their ideas, and you get like wee mini lectures from time to time, and the astronaut comes up and tells people stories and stuff like that, and it was really cool. But the second one in 2016 was a little bit more low key. It took place actually in my university in UWS in Paisley. Um, but the astronaut they brought along this time was Michael Foale, who was actually like he's actually British, but He went to America, got his American citizenship, and he flew for NASA. And I think he flew into space like 6 times, I think. But he's got wild stories as well, like, about his time in space. But this time, in the second one, I was actually a team mentor, which basically meant that I was I was assigned to a team, and what the mentors do is basically like they play a kind of advisory role in the team. The team still needs to come up with its own ideas. The mentor doesn't really get involved with that, but they do kind of push them in the right direction and sort of advise them and help them out if they need help. And we actually came in second place in that one. So the experiment we done for that one was to do with non-Newtonian fluids. Go and check those out online if you're interested. But basically, the idea is it's like substances that they're liquid normally, but then they like kind of solidify and impact. So a lot of people have looked at them for like body armor and phone cases and stuff like that, because like say with body armor, like if a projectile hits it, then you could have light body armor that's liquid normally, but then if a projectile hits it, it solidifies and like stops the projectile from getting through it basically. um and also for phone cases, obviously, like people drop their phones a lot, so it would be helpful there as well. But the main thing is, like, for that one where I was the mentor, like, it was a volunteer position, but I did get like a small amount of money at the end of it, as did all the other mentors. And I don't know, I've always kind of like joked about this, like the idea that, like, the first job I ever had, the first thing I ever get paid to do was from NASA. And I mean, I don't know how true that statement is. I don't really care because it's just a joke. But like, I suppose, like, I don't know whether NASA played any part in funding this event, or any other organisation for that matter. But if they did, then that kind of means that, like, a tiny amount of the money that I got was technically from NASA. So, in a sense, I did kind of like work for them a little bit, but I don't know. I mean, it's literally just a joke that I tell people. So yeah, so I mean, it was a really cool event. I suppose is the main thing. Like, again, I think the main thing I took away from it is it did give me a little bit of hope, and the fact that, like, if you give young people like a proper way to learn, so to speak, then you can get really amazing things out of that. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed that little story. If you liked the video, leave a like. If you disliked it, leave a dislike. Um, if you've got any thoughts or feelings in that, then please do comment below. And if you think you'll enjoy my content in the future, then please do subscribe. Bye, folks.